Warm good afternoon, good evening to whomsoever from wherever, whichever part of the country, world you are watching this. As you all know, we have started this show 2 years before, as on a request from those cadets who were actually participating, competing for best cadet or youth exchange program. How to be a best cadet or how to be part of the youth exchange program contingent who represents the country, because hardly the best or the cream of the cadets gets this opportunity to be part of this program called youth exchange program, and everyone knows that it's the best of the best out of the entire NCC cadets from the country goes for the youth exchange program to other countries. So we have today an eminent personality who will be guiding you all regarding the youth exchange program. She has been part of the latest contingent which has gone to Nepal. You are lucky to listen to Ambika. Ambika was a senior under officer from SNG College, Kollam. SNG College, Women's College from Kollam, because there's a boys only college and there's a women's only college. So she is from women's only college from Kollam. 3K Girls Battalion girl cadet who represented the RDC Republic Day Camp, part of Kerala Lecture Directorate. She was also the best cadet of KNL SW Best Cadet Army. She represented the last year Best Cadet. Unfortunately, she couldn't bag the medal in the All India level. By few marks, she slipped her position from the top three. You are lucky to listen to the Ambika, who was Best Cadet and being the YEP cadet for Nepal. So, Ambika, warm welcome to our show. Many cadets across the country would be glad to listen to your experience from a normal cadet representing the country as a youth ambassador and going to a foreign nation is not a small thing. So that journey from a normal cadet to the youth ambassador, that's what we're going to cover today. So Ambika, warm welcome to our show. Tell me a brief about yourself and why did you join NCC?
First of all, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this grand introduction. And okay, so my name is Ambika. I'm a professor in my institution and currently pursuing my degree course in BA Economics. And to talk about what motivated me to become an NCC cadet is because I was traveling with my father one time and I saw a group of people doing their daily routine parade in a school premises. So I asked my father, what are they doing there? What are they doing inside the campus? They were in their uniforms, and he said they are NCC cadets and they are doing their daily routine, their parade. And I said, okay, I want to join NCC one day too. And he said, of course, you can join, but it has to be in your school. Unfortunately, I was in a private school, in a CBSE school, so I couldn't join during my school days. And once I graduated from my school and I got into my college, and thankfully, I got selected to NCC, and the rest is history. It was a wonderful experience that I got into NCC, and thankfully, it's been so good so far.
That's nice. Very nice. So let's ask the audience, how many of you are there in NCC? A quick chat for the audience who all have joined NCC in your chat box, please. Okay. To Ambika, you joined NCC first year. Have you ever thought that you will be part of YEP contingent? Or what was your feeling when you received that letter, that intimation from your unit that Ambika, you have been now selected for the YEP contingent to Nepal? What was your feeling? Ambika, are you there? Hope my question is clear. I'm audible. Some technical issue, I think. Ambika, hope I'm audible to you. Am I audible to others? Ambika, you there? I'm not able to hear you. Okay. I'm audible to others. That's what I got. Maybe some technical glitch at Ambika's side. Okay, some issue with her mic. Let's see, maybe Ambika will wait for another minute or so. Let's see. This happened when I was doing my first show. My mic was having some issue. Let's see. Ambika, you can restart and see. Meanwhile, let's chat with the audience. Who all are there in NCC? Which unit? Which directorate? Have you attended any major camp? Let's take some quick chat with the audience. Anyone going for this RDC? Is there anybody with batch of RDC? Let's see from audience. Oh, Bhavna, 9K Girls Battalion, I know. Familiar faces, I know. What about the new people? Which unit? Directorate? Any major camps? Etc. Just killing our time. Meanwhile, Ambika is joining. Some
Sir, am I
issue.
audible now?
Yes, now you're audible. Back. Very good.
Sorry, so sorry. It was a technical issue.
Even I had this technical issue when I was selecting my first program. It happens. Anything, anytime can happen to anybody. But we are not able to see you. Or is it that only I'm not able to see you?
Am I visible now?
Yes, you are now visible. Perfect.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, sir.
Okay. So I was asking, when you started your NCC the first year, have you thought that you will be part of the YEP contingent, or have you aimed that yes, I should try for YEP? And what was the reaction when you got the letter that from the unit that yes, now you're representing country for youth exchange program?
No, sir. Never have. In my wildest dream, I have ever imagined I will be a part of a delegation, a YP delegation. But it was definitely in my wish list that one day I have to attend a YP delegation. And my friend, one of a friend of mine, gave me the news that you have been selected for YEP, and I was elated. I was very astonished that at first I thought it was a prank, but then my commanding officer and my GCIs called me saying you have been selected for YEP, and that news literally gave me literally made my day the best, and it was a wonderful that news literally made the day, and I'm very happy that I got the delegation, and Nepal delegation was one of the best delegations India can offer. And that's it.
That's great, nice. Like Ambika, how many of you received some life-changing news from somebody? Not only NCC, it can be anything. You getting a call that you've been selected for this, or maybe something like that. Would you like to share here? Use the chat box. We'll see some life-changing events that has happened with our audience. Moving on, Ambika, what all are the preparations that a cadet should be doing? Like, for example, if a first-year cadet now listening to you, what all he or she should do to be selected for YEP?
So one thing is that The first thing that a cadet should do is that they have to attend the RDC parade, of course, not just parade, the camp, of course. For that, they have to be prepared about the particular event they are getting selected for. And for me, it was best cadet. And best cadet, of course, has five main events: firing, written, then GD, interview, drill. And you have to meticulously practice these events to get selected for your YEP as well as a best cadet. And for written, you have to learn GK. In my case, what I did was I every day I depended on the newspaper analysis, the GK, the current affairs, and I read books regard to improve my language as well as to improve my general knowledge and my current affairs. So that's one thing that you have to do to improve your general studies as well as your current affairs. You have to be updated on what all things are happening in India, what all things are happening internationally regarding your state, etc. And one important thing, like like written, is firing. You have to improve your firing. Like written, for best cadets, written and firing is the main thing or main events which will bring their competition to the par. And the next thing would be your language. Your communication skills has to be improved. Your GD, your interview, all of it are dependent on your communication skills. So your communication skills has to be improved for your BISCADET competitions. So that is one thing. And for YEP itself, except firing, YEP is just like a BISCADET competition. You have to attend your GD, your interviews, your drill, your written, and you have to be just like a BISCADET itself. And for preparation, of course, your mental health, your physical health, everything is important. And rather than the physical, like endurance, it's more like a mental game. You have to be mentally assertive and vigilant so that you can actually attend and compete and get far with your competitive camps in NCC.
That's nice, very precise to the point. So hope you guys have noted what all to prepare for those who are aiming for becoming a YEP cadet. There's no difference between YEP and a best cadet. Only the difference is firing. Rest all tests are the same. So if you aim for best cadet, you will end up in YEP. So you all know best cadet can be the only one person who will be standing in front of the prime minister. But at least there are a lot of chances for YEP. So you all have noted that. You said one point, Ambika, that emotionally, mentally, you have to be tough. So, did you face any challenge during your course of action towards your goal of becoming a YEP cadet? If so, how did you prepare yourself mentally and emotionally?
So one is that so confidence is key. For a cadet, for an NCC cadet who are attending an RDC or YEP or any other national camps, I think confidence is one thing that really matters a lot. You have to believe in yourself and you have to be prepared to face the things that is put forth to you. One thing. And second thing is that you have to be aware of what all things will be happening or what all will be the circumstances during the sessions in your national camps. You have to be aware about what all things will be happening there, what are the events there, what are the matters that I have to face during there. So being aware about the conditions over there is really important. How are the climate there, how are the people going to interact with there. You have to be aware about other directorate, you have to be aware about the cadets of other directorate. If possible, you should actually, in my opinion, you should actually interact with seniors or other officers who had prior experience regarding RDC, and so they can actually provide a very good insight about what are the things that are going to happen there. So that is one thing that I did and which helped me a lot during the whole process.
Wonderful. So, that's the way, one way of keeping yourself mentally or emotionally fit. Nice. Moving on. How many of you have faced such emotional or mental challenges? If so, how did you tune yourself? If you would like to give others, those who are in the audience, would like to say something about emotional and mental fitness, you may please. And Ambika, when you were selected for Nepal, when you were doing your orientation camp over there in Delhi, you all would have got some thought process about Nepal. You prepared about Nepal. When you reach there, it will be a totally different world altogether. Would you like to share some view about that?
So, Nepal is a very wonderful country. Nepal is called the land of truth, serenity, and peaceful. So, just as the name suggests, it is a very wonderful country. We can say it is a mini India where people are so hospitable, they are so generous and so friendly. And what I feel like is that being in the Nepal delegation was one of the best thing that ever happened or ever did helped me because see we took part in a lot of exposure and experiment experiences and all. So one thing is that they have been very kind to us, and we went to a lot of places. They have been very patient to us, and Nepal is such a very nice country. It's like a combination of India, North India, and the Tibetan region. So one thing is that Nepal is a wonderful delegation. Even the delegation officer in charge was saying that okay, this is Nepal delegation who went this year was one of the best delegation which happened in a couple of years. So we were happy that we were able to put in a lot of work, and we were actually do things accordingly. And it was generally a very nice and astonishing experience, that an exposure that I've had. It literally gave me an insight about what I am and what I wanted to do. And it gave me a lot of life lessons indeed. After coming back to Kerala, I literally found myself in a very good position with a lot of memories, with a lot of lessons to actually put forth into my life.
Wonderful, wonderful. Would you like to, those days you were there at Nepal with other countries, cadets, you would have made hell lot of experience. Uh, would you like to take us through a tour of Nepal in just 2 minutes?
Yes, sir, sure. Actually, the first day we went there, it was on 21st, we landed there. And the next day, we went to Pashupatinath temple. It as if I hope you all know that Pashupatinath temple is considered as a World Heritage Site, dating back to at least five BCE. So it's a very old temple with a lot of historical importance in the nation as well as in the world. So we went to Pashupatinath temple, such a very refining, tranquil, and serene experience I had there. And one of the most and the special or precious moment I had there was during the uh, rafting in Trishuli River. And it was my first time rafting, and it was such a very good experience. And even the guide, everybody was so friendly and so good with us. And one funny thing was happened, that we even rescued a Chinese tourist, and he was there was a vortex and whirlpool while he was traveling, and he got stuck between two rocks and all. So we rescued him. We rescued a couple of Chinese tourists who were literally drowning there. And so that was a very funny experience, not funny, but like a satisfactory experience we had. And it gave me a lot of insights about how the humanity and humankind is important, is how it's important. And one more thing is that then after a couple of days we went to the mountain flight. We saw the Sagar Mata, which literally we were provided with an personal aircraft of the military, Apollo sky truck, and we went to see the Himalaya mountain ranges, and we saw the Sagarmada, and it was a wonderful experience. And whenever I see a aircraft or airplane, I used to wonder what it is like to go in that. So I was very happy to actually personally get into a sky truck, to an aircraft which was provided for us by the military of Nepal, and to watch the Himalayas. So it was a great experience, a wonderful experience, one of the best day during the Nepal delegation.
Wonderful. I know it takes, even if I give a day, you will not be able to stop sharing the experiences. But in just 2 minutes, it's very difficult. But still, you have taken us through quickly through Nepal. Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I know many audience will also like to share something of your experience. Yes, you can do in your chat box. Leaving it to you. Ambika, now taking you back to your, the day when you joined college before enrollment of NCC. If you see yourself, the Ambika before joining NCC, and today, after achieving a lot of laurels, youth ambassador to Nepal, RDC, best cadet, what do you see in yourself? What is the changes? The Ambika before NCC and Ambika now.
So the actually, to be honest, looking back before 3 years, I was a literally different person. But now, when I look into myself, I can see somebody with different ideologies, values, or different perspectives about things. NCC literally helped me mold into a person to who I am today, and it helped me to get an insight about a lot of things. Even simple things like my language skills, my confidence, my how I approach things. So all those things matters, and all those things was changed. The approach to all those things definitely changed, and even even I learned how to be punctual, how to be like how to be disciplined, and how to actually change my moral values for the betterment, as well as, and I learned how to approach certain situations and certain people, and in a different manner. So definitely, it joining in NCC was one of the best decisions that I did, and it helped me a lot in literally changing my perspectives and my personal beliefs for the betterment. And I really give credit to that institution, because and I will really encourage a lot of people, especially the youth, to join NCC. It will make you a different kind of person, obviously, and all the lessons you learn here would definitely matter in the future, and it is applicable to during any time of your life.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you said it changed a hell lot of personality of yours today. If you see yourself in the mirror and seeing yourself 3 years back when you were that first year cadet, the changes are tremendous. So what do you think? Should NCC be compulsory for everyone, or something like NCC, like there are SPC, lot of things wherein which the youth get opportunity to be taken part of? So what do you think? Should it be compulsory or not?
So, not compulsory, but see, so NCC is definitely a volunteer organization. Not everybody wants to be an NCC cadet, but those who wanted to be an NCC cadet has definitely found tremendous changes in their lives and in their character and personality. So it's definitely a voluntary thing. If you want to join, obviously you can join, and it will definitely create a change in your life, definitely. But in my perspectives, everybody's life journey is different. Like they wanted to be, not everybody has the same ideology or same way of looking through your life. So I think it's not necessarily a compulsory thing, but if you want to join, you should definitely give it a try, and this will definitely like kind of like bring changes into your perspectives and mold into a better person, like mold you into a better person.
Great, nice. But I'm sure after listening to your talk today, most of the girls will give a try for NCC. At least there's a chance, there's a hope. Being a normal student coming to college, spend 3 years, here you get an opportunity to represent the country and go to a foreign nation, entire expense taken by the government. Will a normal student get this opportunity? No, never. And so I'm sure those who are listening to Ambika will give a try for NCC. Anyway, moving on. What is your piece of advice to those cadets who are joining NCC for the first time, first year, especially looking ahead with a lot of opportunities over here? You were the best shooter. You have taken part in the firing competition. You've been RDC best cadet. You have represented the country for YEP. So, what is your piece of advice for those cadets who join NCC?
My piece of advice would be, see, actually, rather than attending all the camps and all, one of the most important thing is that try to enjoy the process. Like the process actually makes you to who you are today. Like the lessons you learn during the whole process will make you who you are today. So you have, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, even for the RDC cadets, even for the YEP cadets. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You won't get that kind of exposure and that kind of experience never ever in your life again. So try to enjoy the process, try to embrace that process. And especially the advice for the cadets who are going to RDC is that please enjoy the process, please enjoy the camp there, the atmosphere there, the climate there, embrace it. Please give your maximum potential to any event you are taking part of, and be like interact with a lot of people and interact with cadets from other directorates and the officers and everyone. Enjoy your whole journey and come back with a handful of lot of memories. And this is the same thing that I wanted to say to my first year cadets is that enjoy, like get into NCC and learn a lot of things and get out of NCC after the 3 years, and you become a very like new version of yourself, and it will really help you throughout your whole life and to enjoy and to like have a bigger understanding about yourself and about others and the world in general. It will help you to come out of that bubble that well you're right now sitting in.
Great, nice. The unit from where you are, the college from where you are, I'm sure the change that would have happened in your unit, in your group, in your college will be tremendous, because going for YEP is something like you wearing the jersey of the country, wearing the flag on the chest. That goosebumps I can understand. I'm sure there will be a lot of changes your college would have taken, especially your NCC unit, because now your first years are looking at you, correct? So, can you just briefly tell the changes that would have happened in your college? Let's take it in your college. The changes or that you noticed after your comeback.
So the one thing that I've noticed is that the junior cadets actually depend upon the senior cadets for for their camps or for their NCC journey. So I think actually senior cadets has to be aware about the fact that a whole institution is dependent on them. So being a guidance for them is one important factor. So me being a senior in my college itself, what I understood is that a uh, lot of cadets are looking upon me and taking inspiration from me. A lot of cadets used to come and tell me, senior, I wanted to attend this camp, can you please give me guidance on this and that. So one thing I feel like is that many college seniors or even cadets don't have that that knowledge about what to tell their cadets if they ask any doubt. So if their seniors are not aware of it, their ANO should be aware of it. So those cadets has to get the knowledge they are seeking for. If their ANOs are not aware of it, they should be able to get that info about what they are seeking for from some other way which they can get. And that is one important thing that I've noticed, because cadets are actually very, these days cadets are very ambitious and they wanted to get what they are looking for in NCC, in NCC especially. And what change I have noticed in my college is that, of course, right now many cadets are coming forward to actually participate in competition camps. And so that's one biggest change that I have noticed. Even they are actually initiating about going to national camps or competitive camps, etc. So I find that very intriguing.
Very nice. So the entire senior lots who are present seniors going to become seniors. So the entire unit, the entire subunit, the college students, first years, second years, look at you being a senior. So a leader is one who leads from the front. So how you have been as a leader is what will set the routine for the juniors. So you prove it. You show that you have the metal inside you. Then automatically your juniors will follow. The example is in right front of me, Ambika. Ambika, for sure, I know your aspirations, your goals, your dreams will be so big. Would you like to share with the participants? And if that dream is big, do you think the achievements, all these laurels that you have achieved, will be helping you towards that or not?
Yes, sir, sure, obviously. The lessons that I have acquired through the course of these 3 days is something that I cannot trade with. The sense of ownership, the sense of responsibility, the commitment, or the discipline, or the skills that I have acquired through the entire journey is something which is very important, which will literally help not just me but all the other NCC cadets throughout the India to help achieve their dreams. So, like as I already said, obviously these 3 year course will definitely change your life for the betterment, for the good only. And whatever things you learn during this course of 3 years in your NCC tenure will literally help in at even at certain point of your life. All the small things that you learn in all in your tenure will definitely help. Especially if you are a C certificate holder, and if you want to join the armed forces, there is no other platform, there is no other like opportunity or scenario where you are given this much of ample amount of opportunities handed to you. So it's a very wonderful platform or institution where you can grow yourself personally and your character, your skills, your morals, and you can develop your sense of responsibility. You can take ownership within yourself. So I think it's a wonderful platform as an NCC cadet to actually be in this institution for your growth, both mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, as well as for your future itself.
Wow, nice. Would you like to share your aspiration, your goal, your dream?
Yes, sir, I'm an SSP aspirant,
So what?
CDS,
Which one? You aiming to join Army, Navy, Air Force?
Army.
Wishing you all the success. I'm sure all this experience that you have joined, that you have got through this NCC, especially RDC and YEP, would have molded you towards your goal of becoming an army officer. We all are looking forward for that, waiting for you to wear that olive green. You are already wearing it, but we would like to see those two stars on your shoulder at the earliest. The last question before we wind up. Three pieces of guidance, advice to the aspirants.
um, for the aspirants of SSB. And see, I'm not the proper one to actually give advice, but still, as a cadet, what I want to say to my fellow people is that one, you have to be an officer, you have to act like one. You have to take that responsibility, that ownership, you have to adapt that qualities of a leader, of an officer to become an officer. Anybody can become an officer, but only few people can actually be called an officer. So that is one thing that you have to adapt yourself. You have to be compassionate, you have to practice empathy, you have to have that critical thinking, you have to have that discipline, you have to have that especially in my case, I think the one thing is that you have to be very responsible to your duty as well as to your people, and you have to take ownership and you have to come forward. And the second thing would be the compassion to others as well as to yourself. So these are the things that will actually help you to become a leader. And you right, so through that way you can actually become and adapt those officer like quality.
Wonderful, wonderful. I'm sure those who have listened to your words and those who are going to listen will fetch something from you. We are looking forward to see you in the olive green, 2 stars on your shoulders at the earliest, Ambika. You know, we all are really thankful for you to come to this show to share your valuable experience of youth exchange program that you had in 2023 in Nepal. And we learned a lot. I'm sure those those who have listened to you, a lot of experience how to prepare for YEP, the challenges if at all it comes on your way, how to overcome that physically and mentally, and certain tips, those duties, responsibilities, and the qualities that is required for a cadet to be part of the contingent. A lot of things that we have learned. I have learned a lot new things through you. Thank you, Ambika, for being part of this show. Uh, we would like to see you more, on some other day, waiting for hearing that result of the SSB interview. Thankful to everyone for being part of this show. Once again, see till next time. I'm just signing off. Here's the wordings for you from Bhavana. It was inspiring. Anyway, thank you, Bhavana. There are a lot of others who would like to comment on it. Anyway, thanks once again. Thank you, Ambika. Thank you for your time and effort. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Sir Jain sir.